Hi there, it's Crafty Jennabug. This video is going to be about repurposing things that probably would otherwise be thrown away for junk journaling. I'm really excited about this because I tend to be a little bit of a hoarder when it comes to crafting supplies. I guess I shouldn't say hoarder. I tend to have, over the years, I have amassed a vast collection of random stuff for crafting. And when I found junk journaling, it seemed like I finally had a use for all of those things. For instance, this right here is packing paper that came in a package. I didn't throw it away. I figured I would have a use for it. I mean, it has many uses. It could go as a backdrop behind something you're painting or a messy project of some kind. But since I've been looking into junk journaling and learning more about it, I found a few ideas for ways to reuse this. And one of the ones that really fascinated me was the idea of taking watercolor paints and splattering it on this packing paper to then use it in a junk journal. So I'm repurposing something that would have been recycled or thrown away. I'm playing with paints that I have on hand. I have, like I said, I have quite a collection of various different craft supplies, like so many paints and of various types, and this finding junk journaling was like coming home in a way, because now I have a purpose for all of these things that I have collected over the years. I mean, I've got some newspapers over here. I've got a project for those. All of the magazines I've been holding on to for ages, for collages. Like, this just kind of brings all that in together and really gives me a sense of purpose when it comes to these things. So I am super excited to really start this junk journal journey. Because, yeah, the thought that I'm going to be using these things that have been sitting around gathering dust, but really didn't feel right throwing away, it's very exciting to me. So I hope you are as excited as I am, maybe just a fraction as excited as I am, and will be joining me on this journey and are inspired maybe to make your own. That's really something I like to think I'm doing, is inspiring others. So yeah, this is going to be simple little project, easy, anybody can do it. And it doesn't have to be done with watercolor paints. You could use any paint you have. In fact, I probably will incorporate some acrylic paint into this as well, since I have so much of it. And yeah, there's lots of ways this can be used. I'm going to use it for junk journaling. You could use it for just about anything, really. So yeah, let's get crafting, y'all. Alright, so this is a new exciting camera angle, maybe. You can see how messy my desk is. I try to be organized, but it doesn't always work that way. So let's see, can I bring in more light? Alright, that's gonna have to be good. So what I'm going to do is, I've got my watercolors here, slightly off frame, but you can see this is where the magic is going to happen. I'm going to get quite a bit of water in my brush, and I'm going to just start, I like greens, so let's just start with some greens. And then we're just gonna I am making a mess. Probably should have done this in a box or something. You know what? Let's readjust because I don't want paint on this. Protect the stuff a bit better. Let's see, that might help. Okay. Let's move these a little bit more out of frame so I can get this corner too. All right, clean that off. Wow, I really did get paint everywhere. Awesome. So, needless to say, this is a messy project. Maybe I should have done it outside. Lesson learned. But it's fun. Alright, let's get another color. I think I'm going to stick with greens for this one. Greens are my favorite. Boop. I did not expect this to be so messy. Oh wow, I really should have judged this differently. Whatever, we're having fun. So we got some of that light green, we got some of that turquoise. And I really think I want to do some gold. So I'm actually going to bring out the acrylic paints. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I will use both of these. So I have these Lumieres. Oh, you can't even see. I've got these Lumieres by Jacquard. I've got a Halo Blue Gold and a Super Sparkle. I think I'm gonna water them down a little bit. Some of this I'm just I'm taking that really watered down paint and I'm just running it over like the creases. I'll use a different brush. Different brush would probably be better. I use a foam brush. I can't see. A foam brush. And I'm just gonna dip my corner in there. I've just dipped the corner. And I'm just gonna kind of use some of these crinkles. Close to the edges. There. Oh, this is just sparkly. Okay. Let's see how it dries. So I will bring you in for a close-up of what it looks like right now, because I think I'm going to leave it there. I've got some other ideas. All right, so this isn't dry yet, but as you can see, we have cute little splotches everywhere. Not sure how, ooh, it's wet. I'm not sure how this is going to dry, but we'll see. This is my first time doing this. I like what I've got going on over here with just some like green hollow streaks. But yeah, that's what we're working with. We're gonna let that dry and we'll see what it looks like when it's all done. I think it's gonna be neat no matter how it turns out. It's a piece of scrap paper, you know? So I think I'm gonna get another smaller piece and I'm just gonna do those hollow colors on it because those look really cool. So let's do that. All right, now that I have reined in some of my paint splatter excitement, here's what I'm gonna do. My backdrop board. So my backdrop board, I ended up being smart and putting a piece of Bristol board behind where I was splattering so that I didn't get paint all over my desk. And all these little splatters, that'll be really cute in a junk journal. So even like this, I could use pieces from that if I really wanted to. Junk journals are awesome, y'all. Oh man, I got more paint on that. I'll just clean it. Anywho. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna crumple this paper. And then I'm gonna unfold it. I'm not gonna unfold it perfectly flat. I'm gonna leave it kind of crumpled. And then those holographic paints, the acrylic paints that I mixed and mixed with a bunch of water. I'm just gonna, might need to get more, brush it lightly against those. Yeah, I will need more. Here's a close-up of what I'm using. It's this Jacquard, or Lumiere by Jacquard, Halo Blue Gold. And I also used this super sparkle. Because who doesn't like a sparkly? Ow. This is way too wet. This is just the brush I used to get some of the paint out of the container. This is a messy job. Just so you know, it's messy. Now this would be a really fun project to do when you're struggling with inspiration. You don't know what to do. You just come out, go to your craft room and kind of play. Play around. I mean, who doesn't have packing paper in this day and age, right? Just play around. And then you would flatten this out when it's dry and just tear off for your junk journal as desired. Like, how cool is that? A nice little pop of color on a background piece. And then, oh, I flattened it out. What am I doing? I'm going to just do the same with this gold, the super sparkle over here. I don't know how well it's going to, oh, okay, I got some green still on my foam brush. That's cool. I was going to work the super sparkle over here and then bring it over into some of this. There's no rules. Just have fun. If you want a big splotch of glitter, go ahead. No rules. So there we go. You can't really see the sparkle, but it's there. So that's another piece of paper. Would have been thrown away. Now I got something pretty I can use for my junk journal. Simple. It stretched those muscles, those creative muscles, and just got me making something maybe when I wouldn't have made something, you know. So that's an idea. Next, I think I'm going to do this on newspaper. All right, now this big piece is dry. I'm going to show you that super sparkle is just a sparkle. Okay. This is mostly dry, so let's take another look at it. Lots of cool paint splatter. That technique I started playing with over there. I don't know that that's dry yet. Yeah, it's kind of dry. So, as you can see, it's just a piece of brown paper that is splattered with watercolor paints and acrylic paint. I can add to this. I can, take pieces of this and use it in my journal. It's like I said, something that would have been thrown away. So I'm really excited to have a use for it besides just packing it in something, which I could still do. I could totally use this as a packing material for shipping something. And it's got a little personalized touch. I think it's really cute. Some of the acrylic paints I'm using for this are pretty cheap. So, like you can tell they were really watered down. Some of the teal is a little darker. I really like this splotch here. But it's still really cool, easy. Kids could do it, yeah, so I wanted to show you that dried so you can get a better idea of what it looks like. All right, next I have a piece of newspaper from a few years ago. Where I'm from, we have a Free City paper, and it just you know, tells about all the happenings in and around town. And this one is from like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 11/14/2018, yeah. So I'm gonna paint on it with watercolors. Let's see, can I get all of it in frame? Let's see. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's see. So I've got that. I'm gonna let that dry and move on to something else. Here I have a piece of paper that my daughter cut things out of just because she was doing some sort of paper craft. It probably would have been recycled or thrown away, but now I'm going to paint on it. I think that looks pretty cool. And again, a piece of paper that would have just been trashed. And I've got these cool relief parts in there. I don't know if that's crayon. That's another thing I can do, is do some crayon relief. I like that. I'll just let that dry somewhere. All right, here we have another piece of old newspaper. Just gonna keep doing more of that. All right, I like that. I like that. And that's another piece of newspaper that would have otherwise not been used, you know? Now I have a neat sunset theme, so if I'm making a page that has these similar colors or needs a pop of color, just tear me off a little piece and stick it in there. Pretty cool. All right, I've got another piece of the brown packing paper, and I just found these in my craft stash. These are metallic gel paint sticks. I've never used them, but you can add water to them to create watercolor effects. So we're gonna try that out. I think I'm gonna crumple it. Unfold it a little bit. Just a bit. I think I want to use blues and greens and gold. Let's see how it works without water. Okay, so add a little water to it. So now I have a piece of paper with all these little streaks, and you can't really see them. All these little streaks of color. Just a little something to add a little pop on a page. There it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun just playing around with different papers that would have otherwise been recycled or thrown away, and giving them a new life so that I can use them in my junk journals at a later date. Hope this inspired you to take some things around your house that you may have and use them, or view them in another light at least, you know. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.